Welcome to another episode of Gary's Garage. Already been through the engine, it's all buttoned up. The clutch housing has been meticulously overhauled with new seals, nice sprayed matte black with the VHT black. So I won't go into that too much. The next thing on the list while we wait for the frame to come back is the front suspension, the front forks. Now I know a lot of people are terrified about opening them up and having a look, but I'll just go through a few things with you to show you that it's not really anything to be afraid of. So here we have all the major components inside the front forks. So this is a tool that I made earlier, which I'll show you a bit further down. So because of that bugger, because of this one, now that locates in the hole under there and here, and holds that inner tube in place. This is obviously the outer tube, the spring spacer, the push rod, the spring cap, steel washer, seal, dust cap and retaining clip. Now on mine, if I could just turn that over, so this compression adjuster is seized in mine. I bought these as a donor set, but unfortunately when they came, unbeknownst to me, they've cut off the front lug that holds the mudguard. Also, it's got a bit of wear on the tube. You can just about feel it. I don't think that would make a lot of difference, but it is in the operating area. Now, if you have ever tried to remove the forks, I'll go through a few of the problems that I've had. So, when you start to strip these down, obviously you can take the top cap off, the whole top half, pull the outer tube off, and then you're stuck with that inside here with the bolt underneath. Now what you can do, and what I did, is this side, there is a special tool. You see it's got these cutouts here, and this stainless steel tube you can buy in B&Q's, and all I've done is I've cut like a socket end and a hole this end, so you can put a bar in there, and that will locate in the socket somehow there anyway, but it does, it locates in the socket, holds that in place so you can unscrew it. Very easy fix, very easy to do, and very handy to have. So on the rebuild, there's a set screw in there that I'm going to try and get out and unscrew this bottom half off the tube. Also, where the compression adjustment is, there is a pin here which needs to be extracted to get that out. Now this being a donor pair, I didn't mind how it went, it was just to see how it goes. I must explain that with racing we're forever taking forks apart, so this is no surprise to me, although this tool was the first time I've had to use that, but it's obviously the Hayabusa's got a different setup. So I want to see how easy it is for this pin to come out and for us to take this adjustment out, and then I know what to do on my set, because my set, although have got that seized and quite badly damaged, if I can get this one out I can replace it with this one. But also the tubes are not great, so I think new tubes are required, and if I can get these off and refurbished on mine, we can get it powder coated. So let's see how we go. So you come to me after I've done a bit of research and seeing how we're going. So I drilled that pin out, let's try and focus that in. I've drilled that pin out and tapped the hole. Tap the hole so that this little M6 will fit in there. Now, out of there came the adjuster screw, the tiny ball bearing and the spring. Now the test is going to be, if I put all that back in and screw it down with that, is it going to work? Stay tuned. Okay, welcome back. It's a bit later in the year, it's been a couple of months. I'm excited to get back to it, and for one very good reason. We have a present delivered to us last week, and I'll show you what it is. So, just to keep some suspense and show you some of the parts that are around the garage, I want to reveal one powder coated frame, come back very nice indeed, and one powder coated swing arm, all looking very lush indeed. So now it just remains to clean up all the journals, all the holes, make sure everything fits nicely, and we can start putting it back together. So as you can see, got the main bits back, all looks very good. Must have a shout out to Lomac Engineering and their partners in the powder coating industry, and my very good friend Tony Russo, who sorted it all out. So now it just remains for me to get on starting putting bearings in, that kind of thing, getting the swing arm joined to the frame, clean out the journals. Let's get cracking. Oh yeah, welcome back. Just an update, what I've done, and the good with the bad. So I got the main swing arm bearings in, and on the inside there is a machined edge, and stupidly I thought the bearings had to butt to that, but they don't. They have to be flush with the outside. So bearings out again. Ordered a new set, which should come, cleaned off the powder coating and some other bits and pieces. Got the data plate, the VIN plate back on the frame. I've cleaned out the journals for the swing arm. Still got to do the journals and that for the front yoke on the frame. I've also got to get some bits and pieces that seem to be extremely difficult to find. i.e., when we did take the swing arm out, the swing arm bearings were a complete mess. I don't know, probably shown you these before, but I don't know if you can see in there what a complete mess, and they don't move. And unfortunately what that's done on the spaces that go inside the race, as you can see, it has rusted its pattern into the spacer. Now these are extremely difficult to come by. I've got a little list of stuff, and I'm hoping that someone like Wemoto can help me out. If not, I might have to get them made. But that's where I am. So I'll just turn everything around and show you how things are coming along. So here you can see the VIN plate is back on the bike. I have to clean the journals up to put the races in for the yokes to go in. The adjustable set screws and lock washers are all in, cleaned and done. There's some various holes and stuff that I need to clean out, re-tap. because of the powder coating. Although the powder coaters did do an excellent job. It's not perfect, but then neither was the frame at the time. I don't know what that is. That's not nice. Yeah, so neither was the frame. So I'm getting a few knocks and digs. I have to be careful. Yeah, so the swing arm, as you can see, the journals and the damage and the rust and everything else, but they're all cleaned. The dust caps, again, very difficult to get hold of, and the washers, that's the spacer that goes in between. There's the swing arm securing bolt and nuts, lock nuts, etc. That's got to go in. Another thing that you can get on eBay, and better condition than this, but still quite badly worn, and they want silly money for. So a new one of those is 40 quid, but I'm gonna have to bite the bullet. The shock, I think I've shown you before, that's in a pretty rough state. I'm gonna have to get that refurbished at some stage. Various sets of forks, you know what I'm going through with the forks. Don't stop. I had a story which I'll tell you in a minute. So a friend of mine, he showed me an item on eBay, set of front forks, not brilliant but pretty good. I think off of 2004, the gold ones, which is not quite right for the year, but forks being what they are, they're very hard to come by. A good set, and they was up for 180 quid in an auction. So I emailed the guy and said, you know, what are you looking for them? So he said, well, we'll let the auction go. So I said, okay, fine. I said, if they don't sell, come back to me. I'll give you the 180 quid. So he said, yeah, fine. Anyway, they didn't sell. Saw they got relisted. So instead of coming back to me, he relisted them. So I thought, okay, fine. So I emailed him again and said, look, I see you've relisted them. Again, if they won't sell, I'll give you the well, I said I'd give you 160 quid for them because they didn't sell the first time. So, and he said, no, I can't accept that. 170. So I thought, okay, it's in the middle. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. But we was going on holiday. So I emailed him back and said, look, I'm going on holiday for 2 weeks. We're going to Cyprus. Very nice it was too. If it's okay, I'll pick them up when I come back. He emailed me back, said, yeah, he said, yeah, that's fine, but you'll have to come and get them. I said, yeah, okay, no problem. Went on holiday, came back, emailed the guy, got back to me and said, sorry, I've sold them. So people's word is not worth a carrot these days. And there are loads of sets of Hayabusa forks that are minging, and they want 400, 500, 600 quid for them. Bent ones, you know, ones that have got broken out of tubes, snapped off at the top. God knows what happened there. But they just want stupid money for them. So I'm going to keep looking. Something will come up eventually. If not, I'll put my old forks back in and wait until a set becomes available. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, that's enough for today. It's cold, it's wet, I'm tired, and yeah, I'm cold and wet and I'm tired. See you again.